Hi everybody, this is Infinite Gaming. Just a short video to show you how to get an empty lot on Sims 3. Because what would usually happen is you'd make your family, you'd put so much time into making it, you know, right the first time, and then you'd only have the choice of these two properties which already have a house on them. What you have to do is you have to buy one of them, and then go into the town map, and then click interact, and then press replace house, and then it'll ask you, you know, the usual, oh, are you sure you want to replace this house? You know, you can't go back. It will sell everything that's already on this house, and then it will bring you replacement lots that you can buy, and the first one down is an empty legacy, which is just an empty lot, and it costs 1,320 simoleons. You should have that should be a fairly reasonable budget for you. But this video is just showing you, you know, like how to just, right, so there we go, is an empty lot right there. Go into build and buy mode. Okay, so though this is an empty lot, there will be like a little fence around the mailbox and the rubbish bin. I'm just showing you at this point just how to make just a regular house, like a very basic one that actually doesn't look too bad, if I may say so. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bit that sticks out, two little like windows. I'm going to put on those two stick out bits at the front. It does look quite nice at the front. And I'm going to leave this as an open gap, because then the whole inside of the house will be lit up, and otherwise it's dark and you can't see much very well, like that room there. That room will be a bedroom on the left, and the room to the right of that will be a bathroom. And this house will have a lot of empty space in it, but don't worry, because you can fill that with whatever, any like rugs, which I will put rugs in, other appliances like treadmills and hobbies items and stuff, which is what I will be doing also, but just later in the video. Okay, this room here on the bottom left of the house is going to be just a living area. I will have two in this house. Okay, so I like just regular plain floors. That's why I'm not doing any of the rooms different to the floor. So it all gives it just a nice basic undercoat. I'm just choosing a nice like wooden, just plain, quite pale wood, so it gives you like a blank canvas, if you will. Here I'm adding two doors at the front, because it just makes it look like one big front door, and it actually makes it look quite entertaining. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it, but what I usually do, instead of actually having doors, I just have archways into rooms that aren't like the bathroom, where it's like more of a private area. But I do like the archways, and now I'm just adding in some of the windows to the house, just because, you know, natural light is the most basic light of all, but I will be putting in extra lights. Okay, now here I'm just gonna fill in this little diagonal bit of wall that I left out, and as you can see, it's even with the windows in, it's gone very dark in this house. Now I'm just going to fill up this floor that I've left, because it wouldn't have worked otherwise. It would have filled up the entire garden of wood. Oh yes, now I'm just putting just a pathway from the street into the front doors. I think you don't need to do this, it's not necessary at all, but I think it just makes it look pretty nice. Another thing, most people, they put their houses on foundations. I can see why they do this, but oh, hang on, just break away for a minute. What I'm doing here, I don't know what this actual style is called, where you just have a separation of rooms with the difference of the floor, but this is going to be the kitchen area, easily separated from the lounge and the rest of the house by just a checkered floor. Next to the kitchen, I will have a lounge area with a small dining table in it. Okay, now I'm just making the bathroom. I'm going to use a shower, because they're like cheaper than the first bath you can get. They're a simple shower, and they clean the Sims a lot faster. But you can have whatever, you can have a bath if you like. This is just my recommendation. Okay, so now I'm just filling in the appliances of the house, and you can really get a sense of budget from this house, as I'm using the most basic tools and appliances for this house, like the most basic oven, basic cooker. Yeah, it's the same thing. Come on. And the fridge. Now I'm just making a little work surface and make it go around the corner, which actually looks very nice. It just separates it even more and sets even more of a boundary. Of course, what house isn't complete? I mean, what house doesn't have a television? Which is one of the main things I always struggle with. Where to put the television? I'm actually recording this after I've actually made this, so it's actually out of sync a little bit. But, oh yeah, a burglar alarm. Though they can be very expensive for just a burglar alarm, they are worth it. As in, if a burglar comes, he could steal something worth £1,000 or 1,000 simoleons easily, and then just get out without a burglar alarm. But if you have burglar alarm and the police catch him, then they actually give you money for the taken down of a suspected criminal. So now I'm just filling in this furniture in the lounge. Well, one of the lounges. I do like quite this simple furniture. I don't do many of these all fancy, great big like red velvet sofas and stuff. Besides, they are very expensive, and it does actually look quite nice anyway, just like that. Okay, so here I'm just making the bedroom, and of course every bedroom can't just have a bed in it, otherwise that would be a bit plain. What I'm doing is I'm putting in a armchair and a bookcase for, you know, building skills and stuff, because bookcases come with a skill book for cooking, handiness and logic, I believe, from the start. Now, this is the second lounge that I was talking about, where this will be eventually separated off by another section of carpet. Again, I say I don't really remember, or I can't recall what that is called, where rooms are separated just by a difference in floor. But also, here I'm going to make a little dining area, and because I'm trying to keep a budget, as I only have like 13 grand left. He says only 13 grand. That's quite a lot. But no, making just a simple dining area, round table, 4 chairs, hardly, you know, Knights of Camelot. But here we are, placing lights in the house. I'm just using these simple, they're called lodge lights. They actually give quite a lot of lighting to the house, and as you can see, I do like my house to be well lit. Even the bedroom can have quite glaring lights. It just makes everything much easier to see. And look, this house, you can see, starting to build up already. It's looking quite homey, let's say. But it still is looking pretty empty. So I'm going to do what any home needs where it's empty, is add rugs to it. I don't know why I decided to add this rug behind the sofa. There's not much point in it, but there you go, it's just there. Didn't move the chairs back or anything, but no. Yeah, so I'm just adding in some rugs just to break up the floor of the house because it's so empty. I'm just putting a rug here under the sink. So here's where I put that effect of the second lounge into place, where I separate it by the flooring. I do like quite simple flooring, as I said before, so I'm just using this nice green flooring, if you could call it nice. It's not very nice, but it's very simple. And here I have to use the diagonal floor, the triangular floor piece, because otherwise it would turn the entire floor green carpet, which is alright, but I don't want it. I want it wood. So yeah, there's not much else really you can do to this house, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some hobbies and skill items. This easel, for example, and this guitar. What house? No, not my houses doesn't have a guitar, but it's good to have a guitar. That builds creativity. No, it doesn't build creativity, does it? Because in Sims 3 you have a far more diverse, that's a good word, diverse, I need to use that more, a more diverse range of skills. The guitar skill actually builds the guitar skill, and this chessboard builds logic skills, so really it's all good. And any Sims house automatically needs a treadmill. Just place another rug there. So yeah, any Sims house would always have a treadmill, otherwise it isn't a Sims house. What's good is having a treadmill quite close to a bathroom is good, because when the Sim runs on it and gets puffed out and it starts stinking, you can run and just jump in the shower and shower off, because the hygiene level seriously deteriorates when you exercise. There will be a part 2 of this video, where I show you how to make the upstairs like a second floor to this house, because that can get quite confusing, because I've never played a Sims on the PC, which I know on the PC you can make an upstairs level, but on this it can get quite confusing. I've only just figured out how to. So there we go. That's actually a pretty respectable house, and the furnished, looking at the preview, it cost 20,000. So thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.